Hi, this is David Dusek, senior writer with Golfweek magazine. I'm joined by Brian Bazzel from TaylorMade Golf. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
And this is the new M1 driver from TaylorMade, and TaylorMade has just brought this out. What can you tell me about the new M1 driver?
Well, for us, it's a huge leap in performance, and we're doing that really. You know, M stands for multi-material.
Okay.
So what you can see is pretty obvious, right? The crown looks dramatically different than anything you've ever seen from us or anybody really. This carbon composite crown and the lighter weight crown saves weight, allows us to sort of unlock more performance and distance by moving that weight down, and then creating what we call the T-track in the sole. So we have a front track and a back track. So you can personalize this golf club. Not only is it long to begin with, but you can personalize it through a loft sleeve, a left to right front track, and high to low in the back track to get whatever flight you need for the swing that you have.
Okay, so let's back up a second and talk about this crown material. So carbon composite crown, titanium is pretty light material. How much weight do you save when you go from titanium, which has been the staple for TaylorMade Golf, now into a carbon composite?
Well, we actually have the crowns right here. I mean, we've been casting titanium to ultra thin levels, you know, 0.45, 0.55 thickness, thick, thin crown. This is 22 grams.
Okay.
This is 10 grams.
Wow.
7 layers of carbon composite. Of course, there's some bonding structure that takes some of that away.
Okay.
But ultimately, we're saving about 5 grams and allowing that to go into the sole.
Which doesn't sound like much, but in a golf club that only weighs, how much does this thing
200, you know, it's 204 total with the sleeve, so 5 grams is a big deal.
It's a big amount, and having that weight saved then allows you to create this T-track sort of a system.
Right.
So not only do you get a fade and a draw, you can get a low and a high. So really, players can dial this thing in any number of different ways, can't they?
No, absolutely. Every player's swing is unique. It's different, right? So they require different things. And I think the intuitive nature of, hey, do you want a high draw? Do you want a low fade? Do you want a low draw? Whatever you want, you can adjust those weights really quickly and really simply.
Now, one of the knocks against carbon composites for a little while has been they don't sound especially good. They sound a lot different than what a lot of people sort of associate what they think a driver should sound like. What did you do, if anything, to try and make the club sound a little bit better?
It was a non-negotiable. It has to sound great. And so what we've learned over the years and how to manage those vibrations really came into play here. And when you look at the infrastructure of the inside of the casting, you'll see rib structures, and you know, we're basically managing that sound and, you know, dampening the unwanted vibrations and heightening the sound that we really want. And the sound of the product is absolutely spectacular.
Okay, adjustable hosel sleeve lets you take it up and down 2 degrees from the stated loft. Talk to me about how this is going to perform compared to, for example, R15.
Well, it's gonna give you a little more speed. It's gonna give you a nice launch, pretty similar to R15. It's gonna spin a little bit less in general. So you're picking up speed in great launch conditions. So for most players, you're gonna see more distance, and for some players, a lot more distance.
Got it. Great. Look for this on the PGA Tour. This is David Dusek with Golfweek.com.